mower off! You're not allowed to work here, redneck!
This isn't your property. You just destroyed his entire yard.
You better shut that mower off right now. HOA President Karen Bradshaw screamed that as her white BMW came flying down the narrow dirt path that cut straight through the edge of my client's property. Before we get into this, comment where you're watching from. Horn blaring non-stop. She didn't slow down, didn't even hesitate. She drove straight toward the section of lawn I had just spent hours restoring. Fresh lines, clean edges, grass finally brought back to life for a 78-year-old veteran who couldn't take care of it anymore. And just like that, her tires ripped straight through it, destroying everything I'd warned her for months. Told her this wasn't part of the HOA. Told her this was private land. But she kept cutting through, treating that strip of grass like her personal shortcut. Every single time. This time, she nearly hit me, the front of her car stopping just feet from my mower. "This road's community property," she snapped, rolling her window down just enough to look at me like I didn't belong there. Then she sped off, leaving behind tire marks deep enough to tear through the soil. And in the yard behind me, Mr. Collins stood frozen, one hand gripping his cane, the other pressed against his chest. His lawn, the one thing he still cared about, shaking in silence. That yard wasn't just grass. That was his routine, his pride, the last thing he still had control over, and she just destroyed it like it meant nothing. That's when something in me snapped. No more warnings, no more being polite. That night, I built something she never saw coming. What would you do if someone kept destroying a yard you were taking care of for someone who couldn't do it themselves? Ever had someone treat your hard work like it didn't matter? Before we go any further, comment where you're watching from. My name's Jake Riverside, and I've been cutting grass for people who can't do it themselves my whole damn life. But Karen Bradshaw, she took entitlement to a whole new level. That lawn, it wasn't just another job. That property has been in Mr. Collins's family for over 60 years, back when this whole area was nothing but open land and dirt roads. Long before the HOA, long before the gates, long before people like Karen decided they could control everything around them. Every week I showed up before sunrise, same routine, same care, because for him that yard still meant something. The smell of fresh-cut grass, the sound of the mower humming low, the clean lines stretching across the lawn. That was peace. That was normal. That was dignity. And every time I looked at that strip of land, I knew this wasn't just about cutting grass. This was about protecting something that actually mattered. And after what she did, I wasn't letting it slide again. If someone destroyed a yard you worked on for hours, especially for someone who couldn't defend it themselves, what would you do? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you've ever dealt with someone like this, type "stand up," because what I did next, yeah, she definitely didn't see it coming. Follow for part 2 if you want to see how this ended.